Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for our next forum. I'm extremely excited today. We are celebrating 1 year. We're throwing a little birthday party today. So we're just going to take today during our forum to just reflect on a lot of things. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you to our followers, people that have commented, gave a word of encouragement, prayer, whatever you did to help support this ministry. We want to say thank you so much. So welcome to the forum, and hopefully you'll get an opportunity to ask your questions, make comments, or anything you want to do throughout our duration here. So I'm excited. So I wanted to talk to you guys. We have been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, to where I'm just really overwhelmed at the goodness and the faithfulness of God. As you know, 2 years ago, I wrote a book called Relationship Matters. And from there, it just blossomed and flourished to an actual full-blown business, ministry. So I'm excited. I keep saying we, but I do have a team. But I'm very excited to where we are going and where we came from. So I just want to say thank you guys. We just have so much in store for you guys for the upcoming year. So I wanted to get started. For people who do not know, the book that I wrote 2 years ago, Relationship Matters, and then it's a subtitle, Overcoming the Want to Be Alone After Hurt. It was a book that I wanted to write in regards to relationships, but this particular book, I wanted to make sure that people understood that there is life after hurt. You can overcome hurt. You can be healed from past relationship hurt of any kind and be able to walk in your fullness of healing. So that's the base of the book. It gave a lot of background of who I was, what I was dealing with, and how I overcame. It did talk about my marriage to my husband, Stefan. Yay! And it gave a lot of background to what I went through. So I got a lot of feedback for the book. The book is doing very well. So please continue to purchase the book. It's $10.99. You can get it on my website. You can get a tangible copy from me. It is on Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. So you can purchase the book anywhere. So help support. So anyway, I wrote the book, and then I took it a step further with wanting to do live forums to really help people to reach a wider audience. I just wanted to become bigger in the ministry aspect. I wanted to touch lives of people. That is my heart desire. If I could just change one person's life to prevent them from suicide or entering another toxic relationship or whatever the case may be, then I feel like I have completed my assignment. But it has vastly grown bigger to what I could ever imagine. So thus why we're actually now celebrating 1 year. And I just wanted to take today to say thank you to everybody, as well as reflect. I wanted to really just reflect on the last year. We had many ups and downs, and it seemed like we had more downs than ups. Yeah. But God was good. God is faithful. We're still here. I'm still here. I'm still in my sound mind, and I'm still, I'm actually stronger and better for what I endured last year. So I wanted to inform you guys if you are following my social media platforms, we're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, we're everywhere. So I wanted to actually, if you're following me consistently, you have seen changes. We have, we are now a full-fledged business. And I wanted to let everyone know what exactly Relationship Matters Ministry is. We are a faith-based company that help to build and to restore and to, I guess, keep intact healthy relationships through biblical, practical teaching. Everything that we do is for the community, is for the lives, is for families, is for the lives of individuals, to just become a better them so they can have a better family, so you can have a better community. And there it can just, keep growing vastly that way. You cannot have a good community without first healing and restoring the individual. Right. Everything starts with us. Right. So it's very important for me to reach that individual so that they can reach their family, so they can reach, the platform that they need to do in their community, so that our communities itself can become stronger. The church can't do it on its own.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and and then some churches is just not stepping up. So I want it to be that community-based ministry to where the lack is, we can fill it. Right. So that's what Relationship Matters Ministries is. We are a company that deals with relationships on a whole level. So I didn't want y'all to just think, because we love each other, it's just about marriage, but it's not. It's, that parent relationship with your children, that cousin relationship, everything requires a relationship. Business to business, everything requires a relationship. That's how God intended us to be. So, that's the logistics of Relationship Matters Ministries. Thank you. We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. Woo! I'm so excited. We have some exciting things coming up within a matter of a few more months to the next year. So I'm not going to, put that out there just yet. I want y'all to be surprised. If you have not visited my website just yet, please do. We are debuting our new logo, right, as well as our new t-shirts.
Yes, sir.
We got t-shirts. If you are interested in supporting Relationship Matters Ministries, the t-shirts are $20 each. Be a support. It helps. The money will go to help building family that's in need. Mentally, physically, whatever. That's what it's for. So I wanted you guys to check out the website. It's relationshipmattersministries.com. Yep. We revamped it. We got the new logo out there. We got the t-shirts is going to be posted out there soon. I couldn't figure out the link just yet, but we're working it out. But you can purchase the book from the website as well as the t-shirts now. And you can also go on social media. And if you know me personally, if you happen to see me in the street, yes, you can order a t-shirt as well. And I do have Cash App, PayPal, and cash always works. So $10. I want to put Julia Vega out there from Our Style Tees. She was the brain and the inspiration behind my t-shirts. She is another local business owner, small business owner, and I wanted to make sure that I shouted her out because, first of all, she was very, very professional, and her turnaround time from the time I was like, oops, I forgot to get a t-shirt, till I got it in my hand was completely outstanding. She was very professional. She's awesome. So if you need business t-shirts or anything that you need custom made, please see Julia Vega of Our Style Tees. Our Style Tees. She's on Facebook under Our Style Tees as well as Instagram. I think it's Vegas Tees 215. But don't quote me on that. But you could definitely find her via me on my pages and stuff. So I just wanted to throw her out there in a good way because I love her. The girl is rocking it, she's kicking it, and she has a lot of vision. So please support the business. Yes. She's awesome. Yes. She's awesome. Yes. And these is our shirts. These are new shirts. So I'm excited. So I'm extremely excited. All right, I'm about to get all the logistics out of the way. Our new business number, if you need to reach us for prayer, whatever, business, you want a teaching engagement, you want us to come out and do a youth service, any type of ministry that's regarding your community as far as family, friends, whatever, we are available. You can book us. You can call us at 484-272-5650. So If you did not get an opportunity to write the number down, it's on the website as well as social media sites. So the number is everywhere, and you will reach one of us if you call. All right, so let's get started. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just so excited. So I really wanted to take the opportunity. If you're tuning in, we definitely are giving away a gift. I didn't lie. It's our birthday, but we're giving you a gift. So we have that on a sneak tip on the side. I will wait to debut it. But I'm excited. So we will definitely be giving it out to one of our lucky listeners. So if you're out there and you want your opportunity, you got to say something. I'm here. Congratulations. Something. You just can't be quiet. I'm not going to pick you because you're just watching. Put yourself out there.
Well, we got quite a few people chiming in already. So,
all right. So who's on? Who's on?
All right. So hold on. Let me flip this thing. All right. So the first comment came from Kima Jones, which was happy birthday.
Oh, hi Kima. Thank you. Happy birthday.
And we have Jackson. We have Dawn Jackson.
Hey Dawn.
I don't know why she got Jackson Dawn. I don't know, but anyway.
Because that's the diva.
Yeah. But she says a happy anniversary. Such an awesome ministry, blessing the lives of many with compassion and dedication.
Thank you.
Of course, our partner in crime, Nicole Tillman.
Hey, Nikki.
She said happy birthday / anniversary. Lakeisha Pender is also chimed in and she said congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Keish. And we have a couple of more people watching that haven't commented yet.
Okay.
We have Darlene Blackman Wilson that's watching.
Oh, hi, Darlene. How are you?
We got Tori Hannibal
watching. Hey, Tori. Sorry, I put you out there. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so excited. So again, whatever you can do to be a support to the ministry, please do so. If you know me and my husband, we know we're about helping people. We really truly are.
Yes, we are.
And I truly just thank God for that. So I just wanted to take the opportunity now. First of all, let me pause because I have to thank my staff, my volunteers, my road dogs, who makes everything possible, who prays for me, who keeps me sane, keeps me from sweating. First of all, my husband, my ride or die, thank you. My boo, my best friend, Nicole Tillman. She's my editor. She's my cheerleader. She's my prayer warrior. She's everything to me. So I just wanted to say thank you. As well as my sister, Lardita, who was unable to make it again today. So I'm praying that God will help her out in the area where she can start coming back. But if not, I completely understand. But I want her to know that she's probably one of the biggest drives as far as my marketing, my flyers. She can be so like, but she gives me the push and the drive that I need because that she's so because I'm so like and I need that. So she so balances me out, and I love her to death. That's my road dog. That's my sister. That's my twin. And my niecey Pooh, Omaria, she took over for Jaren when Jaren left for college. My niecey Omaria took over as our, I guess, tech girl. So she's learning behind the scenes, and she's such a tremendous help. She's just doing an outstanding job. And then my cleanup crew, which would be my kids, because they got to clean.
They got to do something.
So I just want to thank everybody that's actually a part of the ministry and then didn't give up on me, saw the vision, and continued to help me out to fulfill it. And we still have we all still have some ways to go. This is not easy to do alone, but I appreciate everybody so much for just the support.
Right. And
it's the behind the scenes stuff that I'm truly grateful for. You know, you see the niceness, but it's the behind the scenes that they are a blessing in. And I want to say thank you guys for that. So I wanted to go into the reflection mode. Reflection of the last year. And like I said, I started the forum basically to give a platform to elevate the book.
Right, yeah.
Yep. So that's why I said so much of a birthday celebration, because a seed was planted, and now a year later I'm actually walking out what the seed was intended for. Because you don't always understand or know the seed that's been planted,
right,
until it begins to grow and flourish, and your vision becomes more vivid and,
right.
and bigger, and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to do this and do that. So I wanted to take the time today to reflect on that. It's just how it started. It just simply started with a seed being planted, saying, oh, I wonder if I could do a live forum to talk about the book.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the first forum, and then the feedback and the support that we got, and people saying, hey, do you teach on this? And hey, can you talk on that? And it was just astonishing.
Yeah, it was.
At the growth. And I'm like, oh, I gotta actually keep this up now. So it was challenging in the beginning. Like I said, I could not imagine that a year later I would be here, and getting bigger and better and stronger at it. So God is good. So I feel like I'm talking a lot. So do you have any reflections, Dave? Or?
I think it started out as just it was we're just gonna do this, and I don't think we really expected for it to jump off the way that it jumped off. I think that people really need what we're saying, and it goes to show that every forum it gets bigger and better. There's more people chiming in, and even after the video is over, and it's posted, we still get feedback from those people that didn't get to see it live, but they chimed in later, and I'm quite sure you get inboxes about from people that's all over, talking about how much the forum helped, and asking about more information and things like that. So like I said, as you said, it started as a small seed, just trying to promote the book and just say, hey, look, this book is out there, go buy it. And it turned into something bigger than we could have both imagined. I think the whole thing with relationships is people really don't know how much power is in a relationship.
Right.
I don't think people really take in regard that. I was just telling my niece right before we started the video, because she made a comment as to say, I don't like people. And I said, well, you kind of rethink that, because God blesses us through people. Like every relationship, everything that happens on the earth comes through a person. More than likely it's God touching a person's heart to do something for you. So I went on to give it various examples as of when you go to a job interview, you have to talk to a person. Even if it's not, even though I know today's thing is, we do video and Skype interviews, but you're still talking to somebody on the other side of that camera.
Right.
That is a person, a live person. When you go get your car, you have to talk to a person. When you go buy your house, you have to talk to people.
Right.
So everything that happens on this earth happens through people. So relationships are much bigger than we think they are, and they play a major role in how we progress in our life. So of anything, let's take more thought and more precaution, and take our relationships with people more seriously. Whether it's family, whether it's friends, associates, co-workers at the job, because you never know what can happen through that relationship.
Right.
Like I said, it goes all the way back to the garden, with Adam. God realized he needed somebody that was a suitable help and comparable to help him, so he made a wife for him, and that was the first relationship between God and man. And then he brought on the help me. So our relationships are something that have been ordained since the beginning of our age. So over the year, it's been really, really great. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that our relationship has gotten better since the launch of this business, our business. Well, your business, but it's our business, because
our business.
It's your vision. I'm just in the background, like, hey, keep it going. I drop my little nuggets here and there, but I keep it moving. But our relationship. Because the first thing that people look at is you know, if we're projecting and talking about relationship, the first thing they're going to look at is our relationship and how we interact with each other and how we treat each other. So I definitely know that through this book and through different things and just the trials of life, you know, our relationship has gotten better. And then we'll continue to grow as long as we keep both putting in the work to please each other. You know, please God first. Because of all things, he comes first. He comes before my wife, and I know that God comes before me to her. So, you know, as long as our relationship with God is intact first, and then we relate to each other, we know that our relationship with each other will be a lot better. And we know that people look at us, and you know, we have not an image to protect. Well, yes, an image to protect.
Right.
And we have a standard to uphold. You know, because we're at the forefront in the face of relationship matters. So we have to just make sure that we are intact. And then once people see that we're intact, that they can be able to trust what we're saying and be able to, you know, listen to us and receive from us. That's very important because, you know, people not going to receive from you if you're not doing the actual things that you're talking about.
Absolutely.
You know, people are actually, they'll look right through you. You know what I mean?
Right.
The saying is real recognize real.
Yeah.
So,
right.
You know, if you're not being real and you're not being transparent, then people won't even receive from you. So, just during this past year, this has been a great and tremendous blessing. And I'm really just looking forward to what's going to happen in this year. So, I guess that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
And we can move, you know.
Yeah. Well, I can certainly agree to us growing in our relationship. We have gotten better, and I feel like our mesh, we're finally like meshing. We're not just coexisting.
Right.
Because I know sometimes with marriage, you know, you got your own thing, you know, and then, you know, the kids and bills and just everything can be in the way. But I feel like now we're finally meshing. Like we're meshing and we're doing this thing called life together as a unit and as we should be. And it took a lot of, I know for myself, it took a lot of self-reflection for me to like, I gotta get right. The areas that I can improve on, I most certainly want to improve on, not just for me, but for you as well, so we can grow and be happy. I mean, there's nothing worse than being in a relationship and you're just absolutely miserable. Yeah. Like, what's the point?
That's bad. Yeah.
That is bad. Like, so I really want, not saying that we were miserable. I don't think we were ever there. We had moments where we were dealing with misery, but we're never miserable. But I just wanted everything that I'm talking about and everything that I want for people, I most certainly wanted to experience for myself first.
Right. Exactly.
I absolutely wanted to do that. I didn't want to be a fraud and saying, oh, you know, and then everything is falling down on the waist side on my end. So we're definitely doing it.
Just to, chime in just for a second, you have to be the first partaker of anything that you're talking about or dealing with or trying to project and portray. You definitely have to be the first partaker. Like I said, I just said real recognize real. So if you ain't really doing it, then don't try to put it out there. And that's it.
Right. So yeah. So we went over quite a few topics over the years. We talked about the actual relationships as a whole in general. Yeah. We talked about toxic relationships. We talked about healthy relationships. I think people are so used to being broken in relationships that we're thinking that brokenness is okay, and it's not. And it's a sad state of the world to where we think that doing stuff on our own all the time or not having a tangible support system is okay. Like, you know, we're quick to be like, I'm good. We can do this on our own. I got this. And that's not how God intended us to be. He didn't want us to live life alone. He wanted us to flourish and have that support in those relationships because relationships is needed. Everything that comes from God, he could do the miraculous, but he chooses not to. He chooses to use your relationships to manifest himself throughout the world, and it's important because relationships to him is important.
Yes.
He wouldn't have created us if he didn't think our relationship with him was important. So, you know, when you start getting down to the basics of stuff and reality smacks you in the face to where, like, I've been living a complete lie, then you want to change it up because, you know, the world will tell you so many lies about relationships or how a person should do and react, and, you know, and God didn't come to condemn the world. He came to bring us up, to uplift us, and we have to understand that. He came to be show love and grace and for us to become knowledgeable in him so that we can get better. We're not meant to live life in defeat.
Right.
And our relationships are meant to thrive. So when we talked about relationships, that was quite a key aspects of what we were dealing with. And definitely a key aspect in my book, to where I went through so much hurt, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I really thought it was normal. And I came to the mindset to where I was like, oh, well, this must be life.
Yeah.
What a sad way of thinking.
Yes.
What an absolute sad way of thinking.
Yeah.
And we're not, you know, we cannot expect a positive outcome in our lives if we're constantly thinking defeat or less than or mediocrity. So it is just a lot. It's a lot. And then our next topic.
Hold on, before you
sorry.
I mean, you know, just relationships in general. I think one of the things is we experience life the way we see it, because it's what we see and what we've been taught. You know what I mean? A lot of us come from single, broken homes, and our first glimpse of relationship is broken. Because, you know, dad's not there, mom's not there.
Right.
So automatically that's the first thing we see is that, okay, mom is by herself trying to do everything, dad's by himself trying to do everything, and nobody's helping them, or it may seem like nobody's helping them, and nobody cares. So that's the first sign we get as children, as okay, well, this is how life is supposed to be, because this is what we see. And as children, we tend to go by what we see and not what we hear. Our parents always say, do what I do and not what you... No, I'm saying the whole saying wrong.
It's do what I say, not as I do.
Yeah, and that's the complete opposite, because children do what they see and not what you say.
Right.
So
right.
So that's what happens. That's our first sign of brokenness, is that when we come into the world, we have more than likely it's a single parent home, and so it's like nothing is together from that point, because either mom is bitter or dad is bitter, and this is just real. You know what I mean? We're usually in front of the children. I've seen it done. I've experienced it where you know my father is gone now, so you know, rest his soul. But you know what I mean? Early in my childhood years, is your dad ain't this, your dad ain't that. You know what I mean? So right there is bitter and is angry and is broken, and that's what I see. So automatically you already got a slighted view of the other party, because you're only hearing one side of it. You know, and we can go deeper into that, but just from those seeds planted early, that's how you begin to live life, and that's how you begin to see people. You know, your trust is already broken, because you know what you heard and what you saw, it begins to formulate, you know, your opinion of people, period. So that's how it usually starts. And then if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But that's how it usually starts. And I think that's where I wanted to go with that really quick. So.
All right. So, we dealt with relationships, and then marriage was our own topic. And then one of the biggest topics ever of the year was the church.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yes, indeed.
We had over 3,000 views, the inboxes, the comments, the questions. I think dealing with the church, it brought a new sense of it was
a new sense, like awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah,
it opened a lot of minds.
Yeah.
A lot of hearts. I think did a lot of self-reflect.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people had a lot of self-reflection that I talked to. We basically held the church accountable for the good and the bad.
Yep.
That's what we did. We brought light to the good and the bad aspects of the church. You look at church as a safe haven.
Yes.
Simply because if you're serving God, who's safe, you think the church is safe. But what we fail to realize every single time is that people are flawed.
Yes.
People are absolutely flawed. There's not one perfect person. So when we have to separate the idea of church to the reality of church, and I think people will be better equipped to deal with church. So that was one of our biggest forums. Actually, it was so big we had to do a second one. We had to do a part 2.
Yeah.
Because it was just that big, and
it was so much to cover.
It was a lot to cover. We got a lot of questions. We got a lot of we got a lot of stuff. It was just so much. We ended up doing a part 2, which, I mean, it was really good. I mean, I thought it was good. It was great conversation.
Yeah.
I know for myself, as far as the church, I've been in churches that were not ministry. They didn't adapt the mindset of ministry. It was more legalism.
Right.
And I felt trapped. So a lot of people are experiencing trapment, tied down in legalism, to where you can't fully experience God or how He intended us. You know, the purpose of the church was us to come to fellowship.
Right. Yes.
Fellowship.
Yes.
And to focus on one thing, and that was on ministry, on not only uplifting our God, but as well as who can we help to serve today? Who can we be a blessing to?
Right.
And the church, in a lot of aspects, has forgotten that. We are so worried about who wears the biggest hats, who wears the best suit. Easter is coming up. That's one of the biggest.
Ooh, man, you about to get the best fashion show ever.
Right, like we have completely lost the sense of the purpose of the holiday.
Mother Jenkins fitting to have on that hat. I don't know I'm just making up a name. I'm not pointing out nobody.
Right.
I'm just making up a name.
Because you know how they get.
Ooh. Mr. Coles was talking about Mother Jenkins. I don't even know who Mother Jenkins is. I don't have a Mother Jenkins at my church, so they definitely know I ain't talking about them. But somebody out there named Mother Jenkins, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, somebody was talking about you on Facebook."
Right.
No, that's not it.
Right. So we're definitely that was good. That was good.
Yeah. I mean, just to draw back and to go in a little bit further. As you were saying, like when the saying is the church is the hospital for the saints, and so the implying of that is that we're a bunch of sick people going to a hospital to get better, and that's well and good. But like I said, as you said, there are no perfect people. So and I'm just gonna talk about the black church. I can't talk about. I've only been a part of the black church all of my life, and this is stuff that I've always seen. You have been a part of different cultures, different culture churches. So, the black church, they do, as you said, legalism. We are caught up in tithes and offering, and the best suits and the best ties and the best church hats and dresses and all that. And this is what we build it up to. But like I said, the whole aspect of ministry, it has kind of been forgotten in our churches.
Right.
It has been. The point of ministry is, as you said, is that we're supposed to come in, get a word, get fueled up, because Lord knows what we go through in a week is draining, especially for those that may not have the best prayer life, or the best study life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you know, they come to church to get fueled up because, you know, the week beats you up. You got, you know, you got responsibilities during the week. You got work, you got kids, you got after school activities, you got your own personal thing that you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's a lot that goes on during the week. And then, you know, you kind of, by Saturday night, you either, you drained and you know you need a hit, you need a refresher. So you go to church to get refreshed. You, not only do you go to get refreshed, but you go to lift up your brother and sister. That's, you know, in the building with you. You know, y'all all there, y'all get lifted up, and then you encourage each other, then y'all disperse back out for another week. Come back, or, you know, especially if you're not hitting midweek Bible studies or anything like that, you know, because of different circumstances. But there are no perfect people in the church.
Right.
There is nothing that we do that is perfect. So, you know, we're flawed people. We come together, we're flawed, and what we do is we come there, we're supposed to get lifted up, but like I said, the ministry aspect is we're supposed to minister to each other. We're supposed to, you know, minister throughout the week. We're supposed to, you know, help people, you know what I mean? Give people encouraging words because we are the light. You know, we carry the light within us, and you know, when we interact with different people, we're supposed to share that light that we get from service that week. So, you know, my whole, during this past maybe year and a half, my whole aspect of church and ministry has changed. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm going to say this, and I'm probably not going to be received well, but I'm tired of church. I am. I'm really tired of church. I'm tired of the legalism. I'm tired of the, the politics.
The politics.
I'm tired of all of that, you know what I mean? Because I'm about trying to help people and trying to save souls. I'm about trying to lift people and encourage people, and you know what I mean? And it's a shame that, you know, you do get to that point, but when you get to that point, that's when you really begin to see who God is and what he's really intended for you to do. Like all this politics, and this is just, like I said, this is just with the black church. This is not, I'm quite sure it happens in other culture churches, but I can only speak from what I've experienced all my life. You just get tired of it. You get tired of the same thing every Sunday. You get tired of the same, you know, the same system. Like every Sunday, it's the same thing. Like it's never any change. You know, we go in, we shout, we do this, we speak in tongues, we do all that, but it ain't affecting nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's just a bunch of legalism. This is what we do. This is what we've been taught to do. This is what we know to do. This is what we've seen all of our lives. But, you know, ministry is something completely different. You know, ministry is something that you really live. Church is somewhere you go. Church is really somewhere you go, even though, you know, the church is supposed to be inside of us. And we're supposed to, you know, be the church. But, you know, it's just something, I think we've just really confined church into just that building that we go to on Sundays and not actually being the church as we're supposed to be. So, like I said, you know, I'm tired of all that. I'm really just about ministry now and about really doing what God has called me to do. And that's about it. I mean, I'm, you know, hate me, love me, but look, I'm going to give you the truth.
Right. So I just want to put a quick plug in. We have a lot of viewers today. So thank you guys for tuning in. In order to enter your chance to win a free gift today, you have to comment, wave, let me know that you're there.
Which we did.
So for your opportunity to receive, if you are sharing this video, please pay to comment. I know I'm sharing it. A couple other people are sharing it. So let me know that you're there so you can enter the opportunity to win our free gift. It's our birthday. So we're celebrating our birthday. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to call in, our number is available. We're at 484-272-5650 for any comments, congratulations, anything you want to say. Please call in if you want to do that as well. So going back to our reflections of our topics, we were just discussing, you know, the aspect we were talking about, church. Yeah. So, hi, Mr. Rayford. How are you? So we was just talking about the forum we had that ended up being a 2-part series. It was about the church, and it was one of the biggest watched. We reached over 3,000 people. So that to me was like, oh, that was awesome. So it was a good thing. We also talked about in our forums women. We talked about we in October we dealt with women, and we had a phenomenal guest speaker. Her name was Nadia, and she told us about her fight and her victory over breast cancer.
Yeah.
And she's young.
Yeah.
So that was truly a wake-up call for me. Like, I went ahead and got my mammogram, and, you know, I do my checks now because she was diagnosed in her 20s. Mm-hmm. So that's scary.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was at stage 4. And she's rocking it now. She's healed. She's started her own calls and everything. So she was a true blessing. In that aspect. And then we just dealt with the empowerment of women, how we need to empower each other, encourage each other, and stay there for each other, and realize who we are.
Right.
You know, a lot of women are the backbones of the community. You know,
Very
so
true.
We got to learn to get along and work it out.
Yeah.
Get together. You know.
Let me dispel this, because I know you just said women are the backbone of the community. So let me just dispel, because there's always going to be some dude, some guy out there that we would, no, that's not true. It is very true. Mm-hmm. It's very true. I mean, you know, women, God has gifted the women the ability to give life. So, you know, community starts with life. So, you know, women are the backbone, and as us as men, we need to be encouraging and pushing our women and uplifting them and being there for support, because, like I said, they can't do it alone. It does take a village. It takes a village, truly.
Right.
It takes a village. So us as men, we got to step up even more to help our women out, to just show them that we're there and to be their strength. You know, women have been strong for so long, and it's time for the men to really step back up and be the strength of the community like they need to be. Mm-hmm. So that's it for me. I'll just chime in and out.
And I guess to piggyback on him, I mean, women, we need our men. Yeah. I need mine. So I'm not even going front. We need our men. We need our men to lead our homes. We need our men to lead the coalitions in our communities. Yeah. We need our men to place identity in our children.
Yes, very
we need our men. Men provides discipline. They provide stability. They provide that structure that we need. So we need our men. So this is not, you know, we uplifted our women for October. We're definitely going to be uplifting our men throughout the next year. But we can't. It's called relationship. We can't do one without the other.
Right.
We really can't. And that's how God intended us to be. We, you know, I need him just as much as he needs me.
So that means we gonna have a men forum coming up?
Oh, absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So he put it out there all early, but I'm looking.
I was asking the question. I was just asking the question.
I'm looking for some men. Like, I need men to stand up. Like, where my men at? Where my ministers? Where's my trash collectors? Where's my laborers? Where's my lawyers? Where's my men? Where are y'all? Where's my fathers, the husbands, the brothers? Where's my men? So I'm putting it out there. I'm trying to do a men's forum. I need men to step up. So contact me on my phone number at 484-272-5650. We would really like to get in the mind of men. And I need strong men. And you don't have to be a black man. You could be a man. I just need you educated and strong. So we would really like to pick y'all brains. We would really like to know how y'all feel about certain matters when it comes to the world perspective and different other things, because men matter too. Yeah, they absolutely do. So we definitely I'm encouraging them. Men, please contact me, please, so I can make this happen. I'm sure my husband's tired of being by himself during this forum.
I don't mind.
I'm encouraged that some of y'all will step up. And I know a lot of y'all work schedules and different stuff, but some of y'all that don't work that much, y'all can help out. Come on. Be a positive aspect to
I got a few brothers in mind.
Good. Bring them out. I mean, I need our chefs because I like food.
I know quite a few of them too.
Look at me. I need it all. Like, I need y'all to come on. that's what we did. We talked about Women's Month. We was empowered by Nadia's testimony. It definitely woke us up. King's Clothing provided a lot of our clothing for that month. They have an awesome clothing line to empower women, so I'm going to shout out King's Clothing.
Yes.
The owner of that company is Franklin Birch. He has been an awesome support for us, as far as dressing us and just being behind the scenes support. And like I said, everybody's not in the forefront,
right? And
he's a very quiet, humble dude, but he's blessed our ministry tremendously.
Yes.
So please support his business. His is King's Clothing, LLC. My husband is always rocking his gear. I got my 2 sad shirts, but he has a whole wardrobe. So I'm just putting it out there. But but please support his business. His clothes are very good, very high quality. I like them. So but he dresses for our Women's Empowerment Forum, and that was awesome. That was completely awesome. So our last 2, but our most recent ones was self-love.
Okay,
which we talked about self-love.
I wasn't in that one.
It came out of a single ministry out of United under the leadership of Minister Nicole Tillman, who's also my ride-or-die chick. So she presented the idea of self-love in her... it just blessed me because I felt though, as a married woman, if I'd had that before I married you, we wouldn't have been so turbulent in the beginning.
Right.
I'd have realized who I was a lot faster.
Yeah.
And it just would have prevented so much stuff. So I decided to bring her on, and she took lead of that discussion, of that forum, about self-love and self-reflection. And it's quite all right to love yourself. It's quite all right. It's quite all right.
It is.
To look yourself in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, and daily affirm yourself of who you are and who God intended you to be.
Right.
I love me, rolls and all, flaws and all. I don't have a supermodel body, and
yes, you do.
Thank you so much. But I love me.
Right.
I absolutely love me. I love how God made me, my everything, my flaws, my twerks, my everything about me I love, and the stuff that I don't necessarily like, I fix it.
Yeah.
The things that I can't fix, or I just learn to accept it. It is what it is, and I'm okay. Yeah. I'm okay. So we did that forum.
Before you go on, I'm sorry. Even self-love goes both ways. I know that my wife, she just elaborated on it greatly, but us as men have to also take account and a part of that as well. I know I struggle with my self-esteem because y'all see how dark I am, but no.
Wait, what?
Yeah. No, but back when I was a young boy, it was light skins.
Well, yeah.
So we got poo-pooed on. We got turned away many days, because we was dark. Yeah, because I was dark, and I know that now dark skins is in. You know what I'm saying, and I thank God for that. But yeah, I struggled, with my self-esteem, you know what I mean? Because I had nobody to affirm me or tell me, that I was handsome or that I was smart or intelligent. Like, I didn't have none of that stuff. So a lot of this, me growing up was a long self-discovery of who am I? Like I said, my dad wasn't around. And then, like I said, by the time he really started to come around, God saw fit to take him out. Now, I'm not going to say God took him out, but...
I was going to say,
scratch that.
Right.
But he got taken out. So, just when, I was starting to, build a relationship with him and get better with him, he got snatched from me. So, even all the way up to my, I want to say, late teenage, early adulthood years, it was still a struggle of me trying to find out who I am. Being in church and all, being, shouting and speaking in tongues and all that, and still not knowing who I was. You know what I mean? Not having that affirmation until I really, really, hunkered down and really got my relationship intact with God. He began to, tell me who I was, begin to show me my gifts and talents, and really begin to, give me that affirmation that I needed. You know what I mean? Even the men that I, was around, they wasn't doing it. You know what I mean? They only saw the gifts and talents and wanted to use me and abuse me, you know what I mean, and wring me out to dry. You know what I mean? And that's okay, because that was just that's a part of my testimony, part of my story that made me who I am today. But just to go back to men, we have to, do this, I guess, it probably sounds a little sweet to say self-love, but, it's, let's just say self-affirmation. You know what I mean? That sounds more masculine.
He's a mess.
Yeah, so, it's important for us too. Like, if we don't have those people speaking into our lives, besides our moms, you know what I mean? And just to, I love my mom, but, you know what I mean? Like I said, I keep it 100 on these forums. Like, and I love my mom. Me and my mom are in a much better place right now, but I didn't have my mom. You know what I mean? So I had nobody speaking over me, nobody giving me affirmation. So, like I said, it took me an extra long time to get to where I am today. You know what I mean? Thank God. But like I said, that's just a part of my testimony. But as to say, for us men, we definitely need to do more self-affirmation. You know what I mean? We have to look at, it's okay for us to look in the mirror as well and tell ourselves, that we're good, we're handsome, we are smart, we are intelligent. The Bible said David had to encourage himself. You know what I mean? So that's a part of encouraging yourself. You know what I mean? Looking in that mirror and just speaking over yourself. I'll never forget this scene from, I don't know if it was Bruce Almighty or Evan Almighty. I think it was Evan Almighty. That's what it was. It was Evan Almighty. Before he became Moses, with the building the ark. And it was a funny movie, but it was this one scene that stuck with me. And I think he was a congressman or something like that. And what he got in his daily routine in the morning, he would go in the mirror and look at himself while he was fixing his time, and he would begin to affirm himself. He would say, "Evan, you are smart. You got this." He would just begin to speak all positivity and affirmation and all types of things to build and uplift himself while he was, fixing his tie and all that. And that thing stuck with me. It was like, he, even him being a character, but, that's just a life lesson, that him being a man, he had to affirm himself.
Right.
So of anything, not just, with the women with self-love, but men, we also need to do self-affirmation.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And I agree.
We don't have to be looking in the mirror, but we can while we're walking and talking or listening to headphones, while we're doing what we're doing, we can also just be speaking words to ourselves, because, we got to be able to speak things for things to be able to formulate in us. So, like I said, that's my spill. You know what I mean? Yeah. Self-affirmation for the men, self-love for the women, self-affirmation for the men.
Absolutely. I guess because you're so focused on the woman, why do we forget the men? And it's probably because of society.
Society, yeah.
We have a tendency to overlook men. I'm sorry, men. So I know Relationship Matters Ministries is going to do better. We're definitely going to gear up our men to realize that self-affirmation is very important.
Yes,
and
it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting here like, yeah, because I have caught myself with men, because God forbid if we say you cried and you weak, or
exactly.
if you struggle
exactly.
in an aspect of fear or something, like why can't you be fearful? We're fearful in certain things. So
men have, I think that the stigma is men don't have emotions. That's a lie.
Right. Men
have emotions.
Right.
Yes we do. We deal with fear. We deal with low self-esteem. We deal with all of those things. Yeah. We're not built to talk about it. You know what I mean? We're not taught to display our feelings, because that makes us weak.
Right.
And we have the greatest example in Jesus, and all those men that are in the Bible, they displayed emotions. Yeah, Jesus wept. Shortest verse in the Bible. We know that one well. But if you read before that, it tells you why he wept, because he had just lost his best friend. Even though he was coming to bring him back to life, but Jesus was human, and in that moment, in his humanness, he cried because that was his friend, his best friend at that.
Right.
So, like I said, men, we do have emotions, like I said, and what society does is tell us that, If we display emotions, we're weak.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're insufficient, and all of those negative, connotations and negative adjectives and all of the bad words we're all at. You know what I mean? So we have Mother's Day coming up where we're going to celebrate, mothers and women, period, because, that's like another women's celebration, but when June comes around and Father's Day, it's really not hyped up as much because, and the truth be told, there are a lack of fathers. There are. As we go forward and as we move on, with our ministry, we will, take the time to have self-affirmation for men. And, you know what I mean? And it's okay to cry. It's okay to display emotion. It's okay to talk. Like, a lot of men don't talk. Like, this is something that we struggle with in our marriage because I would not say how I felt. Instead, I would blow up because I had reached my boiling point and I would blow up. And then my wife
sitting there like, what happened?
Yeah, because it's been bottled up so much.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's something that goes back to my childhood. I never had that vent to that valve to release. I never had that release valve. It would just be pressure pent up. So, after a while it's and I would blow up and destroy everything in my path, and then I would be feeling better, but I left a mess everywhere.
Yeah.
I done left my wife scarred, children scarred, people around me scarred because I done blew up and spilled out everything because I never had that proper release valve. I never had that proper venting point to be able to release my frustrations and say how I felt, because if I say how I feel, that makes me weak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely self-affirmation, and men, it's okay to display emotions, especially in front of your woman or, your wives, the spouses, girlfriends. It's okay. It's okay to display emotions, of anything that make them respect you more. You know what I mean? Because that's what women want. They want us to be who we are. They want us to display. They want us to say, hey, babe, I ain't with that, or look, I don't like that, or I'm this how I feel about this.
Right.
So, and it's okay, because what it does, it just makes the meshing point better, and it comes quicker. You know what I mean? And it brings you to that oneness even quicker.
Right.
So it's okay to be who you are, man, and it's okay to affirm yourself.
Right. So absolutely. I had wrote a blog about and it's on my website.
Yep. Yeah.
I wrote a blog about I think it was titled Newsflash, Women, Men Do Have Emotions. And it came out at a very trying time in our relationship, to where I was like, oh, my husband got emotions. And I was pleased for him to start sharing them and for me to see them, because it made me feel like he was sensitive. He was understanding. It made me realize, okay, he is human. Because believe it or not, if you are, as a wife, I look up to you. And I try to I don't want to say copy because I'm a woman. But you try to look up to that person and say, well, how will they react to this situation? Especially if you're the weaker person. And in certain aspects, I'm weak and you're stronger. So I'd be looking at you like, how was he going to react? But then if it came to a moment to where I was like, oh my God, he feels the same way. I felt like, wow, we have a connection.
Right.
Now let's work this out.
Yeah.
So definitely read the blog. It's on my website. And it'll give you a better insight. And all my blogs are biblical based, so you can get a scripture in regards to that. So I know Relationship Matters. We're definitely gonna push our men. We're gonna push them.
Ralph Transman wrote a song, Sensitivity. Listen to that.
Oh my God, just stop.
All right. Sorry.
And stop.
I had to put that out there. Sorry.
And last month we did church bullying.
Oh man.
We did church bullying.
Yes, sir.
That was I'm sorry, I'm trying to do two things at the time.
So we talked about church bullying and the signs, what to look for, you know what I mean, how to deal with it. And I believe that my wife, she had like 10 signs, I believe.
Yeah, we did with 10 signs of bullying.
Right.
Which if you're so accustomed to being in it, you're completely oblivious.
Yeah,
you have no idea.
Yes.
So the church bullying topic was really eye-opening for me. I ran across it during a study time because I get mentored as well, and that was one of the topics that we discussed. And I'm sitting there like, are they serious? Church bullying. And then when I began to read the signs of it, I was like, I myself have either bullied someone thinking it was just how the church operated, because I was just completely oblivious. You do what's projected on you.
Right. You do what you're taught.
Yeah, you do what you're taught. And it was very eye-opening. Now, this is probably wasn't the best topic, and which I sort of figured because,
it shines a light.
It shines a light.
Yeah.
We were exposing a lot, and people that's not ready for change are not ready for exposure.
Right, exactly.
So we're going to revisit the topic. Absolutely, we're going to revisit the topic because people need to understand that there are churches out here that bully you.
Yeah. And
you need to stop it.
Right. Yeah.
Society is pushing against bullies, and they're putting all these laws and implement all these safe places for bullies. But what happens when you go to the church to escape that and you're being bullied? Like, it's time to wake up as a community and as people. It's time for us to wake up. Bullying at any aspect, at any level, is not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. Everyone wants to have that freedom of being who they are and that freedom of choice. So stop the bullying.
Yeah.
Stop. God doesn't bully us.
Nope. Not at
He
all.
doesn't bully us at all. He gives us absolute free will. Absolute. I mean, he's a sovereign God. He still will knock at the door.
Yep. Yeah.
When he could just bust it down. But he decides that you have a free will. I'm going to be a gentleman. I'm not going to bully you. Boom, boom, boom.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the choice literally is ours whether we want to go to heaven or hell. It's not his.
Right.
It's completely our choice.
Yeah.
How sovereign of a God is that?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so bullying is not okay. Bullying is not okay. If you want to know the signs, it was definitely on our last church bullying forum. Check out that video.
Yeah, check that out.
As well, it will be listed on the website. Know the signs of church bullying. And if you are subjected to bullying, if you have marked every last item on that list, then my suggestion is to leave your church. Find a new church.
Right.
Find a safe place.
Right.
If you did not check out everything, then I would recommend you go to your leaders and let's talk about this thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And change needs to be brought. If they're not willing to change, then you decide that factor for yourself.
Right.
Or what you should do. I'm not going to tell you to leave your church. I'm not going to tell you to stay. That I'm going to give you your free will, and that's your right to do what you so feel necessary for yourself.
Right.
But yeah, that was a heavy topic.
Yeah, it was a heavy topic because, like I said, it shined the light on a lot of different things. Like I said, and I keep coming back to this because it's really the black church. Like I said, and it really is, from the pulpit to the door. Like I said, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen in other culture churches, but I can only talk about me or us, and where we've been throughout our lifetime. And I was born and raised in the black church, and all of those signs definitely happened in the churches that I've been a part of in my lifetime, and it were all black churches. So, hence me saying the black church. This is where I found it to happen the most, and like I said, the signs were very good. They were very pinpoint signs. I know that we talked about manipulation and deceit and making you
flattery.
Flattery
was one.
Flattery was one. It was a lot of different things, because this is what people use, to get you to conform to what they want you to do. They'll flatter you, and then, or they'll just use blunt force, and if you're not strong enough to stand up for yourself, what you'll find yourself cowering and doing it because, you don't want to disappoint, or this was the one right here. They'll use God they'll manipulate and use God to say, this is what God wants you to do, and that's not what God wanted you to do. So it's a lot of signs. So I encourage you to really check that video out. It was heavy. It was a lot of content and a lot of context, and check it out. And like my wife said, if you find yourself in that situation, make changes. Your spiritual life depends on it. Your spiritual life and your natural life depends on it, because they coincide with each other. So check it out. Listen to it intentfully. You know what I mean? And the great thing with video is you can always rewind it and listen to it over and over again. Or if there's a certain part that you may have missed, you can always go back and listen to it. But yeah, listen to that. Watch that video. If you can't watch it verbally, put your headphones in and just listen to it. And you know what I mean? If you find yourself in those situations, make the necessary changes. Because not only, more than likely, it's not just you, it's your family too. Because usually, if we're in church, our family's in church. You know what I mean? So, you got to do what's right for you and for what's right for your children or your spouse or whoever. So, watch that, and make the necessary changes.
So, and now we're here. Our Forum of April, we are celebrating 1 year. Our actual birthday is April 20th, but we're not trying to be technical. But our actual birthday was April 20th of 2018.
Yes.
Where the Relationship Matters Ministry actually was birthed, and we started with the forums. So we're just taking the moment to reflect on our year, how God has been good, lessons that we have learned in our personal walk throughout this duration, as well as what we've learned as a team. I would really like to know, I guess, aspect of if there's anybody out there that's willing to say, if we changed your life or anything, have we helped you with your relationships? Let us know. Give us that feedback. And even in areas where you have ideas of where we can better at or whatever, please let us know. We're open to receive and open to do better. We want to do better. So our next forum for next month, and I'm very excited. I don't know if they're I have to look at the age. I don't know if they're actual millenniums or young adults.
Okay.
But I have a group of college kids coming up next month, and we're going to talk about your faith in college, and as well as how has the church helped your Christian walk, or how has it damaged in Christian walk?
Sound like another heavy one.
Yeah, it is a very heavy one. Statistically, our college students fall on the west side when it comes to their religion, or they will migrate from Christianity to another religion simply because there's no support. So how do we change that as a church and as a body of Christ? That's what I want to know. I'm very, very, very excited to be bringing on these college kids, and they have all walks of life, very dynamic girls. I'm trying to get some more boys, so if I can get a college boy to come, that would be awesome. But the girls are excited. They're ready to attend. So look for that forum next month. We're going to be awesome.
I think just to throw at least just one answer. I know we're going to get plenty of different answers when that forum comes. But I think, at least for the college kids, I think effective teaching is one of the keys to bettering that. Realizing that they're not at the baby stage anymore. These are young adults, and you got to be able to capture them, hold their attention, and then give them something effective and practical, where so they can apply it right away. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of my baseline answers.
Right. Well, we're definitely going to find out what the baseline answer is with them. I know for sure it's the lack of presence of support.
Yes.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
They don't have that. And a lot of colleges are now incorporating, Christian-based organizations, within the universities or whatever to help. But, how do we make our kids aware of that?
Right.
How can we advertise and market that much better, as well as, as you coming from your own body? How can we better help them while they're in college? Because a lot of kids travel away. They're gone.
Right.
To college. So how can the church help aid them in that process of making sure that their faith is not weakened, during that, and they don't fall? Not saying they won't fall anyway, because you still have but how can we be that support system to where if they fall, they know who to turn to. They don't feel like it's just over.
Right.
My Christian walk is over. I'm banned for life. God no longer owns me.
Right.
So I don't want it to be that. You know what I mean? I want them to be able to say, hey, I'm struggling here. Who do I reach out to? Can I call my pastor? Can I call my deacon? Can I call my elder? Can I call sister so-and-so in the church to help me? It's the college transition itself from being home to where your parents took you to church and to now you're literally on your own.
Right.
Who can I trust? Can I find another church? Who can I trust to teach me? And so it's a lot there. So I'm excited for the upcoming prom for next month. Please tune in for that. Look for the flyer for that. That's coming out soon. So we just wanted to continue to reflect. I mean, we're 1 year old today, so I'm so excited. We made it through our year. Is there any feedback or anything anybody out there you shed or?
Yeah, this is from a while back. We were going like we were all the way in. So, so back from when you was giving the shout outs earlier, Nicole Tillman said you're most welcome, dear. Kima Jones said Dita is the best, and that's when you was talking about
Dita,
Terrell Guyton, Elder Guyton chimed in. He said you talking good, Pastor. Charmaine Coles, my mom, she checked in. She said congrats, so proud of y'all. Mama loves you. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, Nicole Tillman said, well said. We have put limits on the church and God. If we serve an infinite God, then the church should never be just routine. We should constantly have a growing experiences and encounters with Him as the body.
I agree. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was the last. That was the last comment.
All right. So for everybody that's tuning in to the forum today, thank you very much. We are giving away a gift. You have to leave your name in the comment sections. Wave something so I know that you're there. It's just not good enough for you to be watching. You can't be behind the scenes. You got to put yourself out there. We are giving away a gift basket. And so if you want to know, you can show it. Give them a little tease. A gift basket. You are getting a free t-shirt, as well as a signed copy of my book, a notebook, some pens, some chocolate, and a coffee mug. Why did I pick that stuff? I'm going to tell you why. This is me. This is absolutely me. Not only, I'm going to promote my ministry, but I wanted a notebook because I'm a writer, and I wanted somebody to be able to write whatever you want in this book. Your affirmations, if you need healing, you need a journal, you want to write down scriptures, you want to write down whatever. If you want to write a book, write it. The pens, of course, is for you to write the book. And then chocolate. Who doesn't like tea and chocolate or coffee and chocolate or hot milk and chocolate?
Hot milk and chocolate.
I'm so greedy, but who doesn't? Like
hot milk and I put this down.
And you also get.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
But have you ever had hot milk and then you put chocolate chunks in it?
No.
Oh my God, you don't know living.
Okay,
Oh
hot,
my God.
I was just stuck on the hot milk and chocolate. Now I'm thinking hot milk. I'm thinking baby. So like, all right, maybe I'll give that a shot, a try one day. Well, I don't drink. I don't know. I want to. Would that work with almond milk? I don't know.
It might. I don't know. I've never heat up almond milk.
I think so.
We can try it.
We can try it.
We can try it. But yeah, put yourself out there. We are giving away a gift basket for our birthday. I just wanted to show the people how much you are appreciated. We cannot do these forums without you watching.
Right. Support.
So like, post, share.
Yes.
Get us out there. Like, post, and share. If you also want us to come to your church, or if you have like a community event and you want us to speak there, whatever, just email us. You can email me at lcoles@relationshipmattersministries.com, or you can call us at 484-272-5650. We will get in where we fit in. So put us out there. We're here to help and to do the community. So is there anything else we need to do? Oh, well, let me stay connected. Yes. Stay connected, please. We're on our website is relationshipmattersministries.com. Facebook is Relationship Matters Ministries. Our Instagram is Relationship Matters 17. It better not be Terrell.
No.
Oh, okay.
Finish.
And our Twitter is Relationship Matters Ministries. So we're Relationship Matters Ministries pretty much across the board.
Right.
So just follow us. If you can't find, for whatever reason, look me up. You'll find me quick.
Right.
But you can always go on our website, get any and every information.
Yes. You
can purchase our new t-shirts. Yay! I don't want you to, it's not just in black. You can get, we have quite a few sayings that's coming out, as well as you can get any color. So we go from, I guess, small to extra, extra large. I have to check
whatever
the
size you need, we gonna try to come up with it.
We can accommodate very well. The t-shirt, I'm a t-shirt wearer.
We know with some healthy people out there.
I'm a t-shirt wearer, so this shirt is very loose and I like it, and it's me. It's me. So this particular shirt says Relationship Matters Ministries, and it has our new slogan. Yes, you're not meant to live life alone. So that's our slogan. You can check out our website, our pages for our new logo. That went up a few days ago, as well as the shirts are $20 a pop. Let me know.
Yeah.
Hit us up. We do accept PayPal, Cash App. I do the Square or whatever. So if you find me, you can give me cash and we'll give you a shirt. But you can definitely order it online. You can order it online and through our pages. So it's going to be out there circulating. What is so funny? Because I need to know.
All right. Well, yeah, because that hot milk thing.
I got people with the hot milk?
Yeah.
Yo!
So
somebody help me. Anybody drink hot milk and then you put the chocolate? Okay,
no.
Whatever.
Well, first of all, Kima Jones said #hope I win.
All right, Kima.
All right, and then of course Nicole Tillman had hot milk with the sick face emojis.
Oh, whatever.
And she said, "No, don't try that." And then Kima Jones came back and said, "No thanks on a hot milk."
Oh, come on, yo! I need some. It must be is it a Southern thing?
It must be.
Oh, come on! If y'all eat hot chocolate, what's the difference? The hot milk will actually soothe you and put you to sleep.
That's why I said the hot milk was I thought baby. That's why I never drank hot milk, not even warm milk.
Okay, you heat the milk up.
Of course, I know how to do it.
I'm just saying, I need some support. I need support. Come on, I can't be by myself.
I think you are on this one.
I am, but it's all right. It's all right. Everybody got their inner weirdo. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm about that life. So, anyway, what else? I guess I got lessons learned.
Oh,
Have you learned anything over the last year? I know you said that our marriage was better.
Right. Yeah.
But lessons learned for your individual walk. Because I know individual changes happen because I'm feeling it in our marriage and I'm feeling it with me. So what about you? I
guess through the year of Relationship Matters, I guess I started to realize that I needed to, as far as our relationship goes, I needed to hear you more, listen to understand, and not just listen to listen to just be like, all right, I heard you, but actually listen to understand and to see where you were coming from with the issue at hand or issues that we may have had. And I one of the things I always pray, you know what I mean, because I do be praying and stuff, you know what I mean. I'm a prayer warrior. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to seem deep and wonderful. But one of the things I really incorporated in my prayer is, Lord, teach me how to love my wife correctly and effectively, so that I can see, I can be a better. First of all right, let me backtrack. Not only that, it was Lord teach me how to be a better husband, and teach me how to be a better man in all the other roles that I play. But teach me how to be a better husband. Help me to show me how to love my wife effectively, and whereas though not to say that I wanted to see a response, but it's helped me to love my wife correctly and effectively, so that she knows that she can feel that love and feel that connection. Because not to say that I was loving you perfectly, but there's always room for improvement. Of course I love my wife, you know what I mean, but there's always room to find out what more you can do, or how much more you can show your love, through appreciation, or through through, darn, I lost my train of thought, but through different mediums and various ways. I know one of the ways that I show you, I begin to get better, is to tell you that I love you more. You know what I mean? Because I know that after a while, and this is for married folks. I'll say this is for married men. If your wife is constantly asking you, "Do you love me?" that means you're not saying it enough. So that's a tidbit for married men. You know what I mean? If your wife always asking you, or asking you, "Do you love me? Do you love me?" Like, I know this is what, because this is what happened. Steph, do you love me? Steph, do you love me? Yeah, yeah. No, it's because you're not saying it enough. You're not to say that you don't show it, because I believe I love you, but saying it is that affirmation to let her know that, yes, I do love you. Yes, I think the world of you, and all the sweet and buttercup things that you could say. But it's I know that we say faith come by hearing and hearing by the word of God. So not to take the full scripture out of content, but it's something to be said when you're constantly talking, and you're constantly saying things, but you need to actually hear stuff.
Right.
So we say that scripture, but it goes to show that we need to hear more of the word of God to increase our faith. And in that same token, we need to our wives need to hear from husbands that they love them, to increase that feeling, or that to give them that security that, yes, my husband loves me, and he tells me daily, or not weekly, but I love you should be something you say daily. But
right.
You know what I mean, the communication, it doesn't always happen that way, but saying I love you every day, or as much as you can, gives your wife that affirmation that, hey, I know my husband loves me. He tells me he tells me, and he shows me. So that's one of my prayers that I pray daily. Lord, teach me how to be a better husband. Show me how to be a better husband, and help me to love my wife effectively and more. Like, help me to love her the way that you love the church. That's exactly my words exactly. Show me how to love my wife the way that you love the church. And the Bible says that he gave his life for it. You know what I mean? And that follows that scripture. So that's just one of the things I say. And from that, me praying that prayer consistently and constantly, God has opened me up to say, he opened me up to be more emotional, or just to give my wife that affirmation that she needs every day. Like I said, she knows I love her, but you know what I mean, I have to tell her more. So and that's one of the things I put in practice, to tell her more. So that's one of the lessons. And like, just throughout this whole year, the church bullying was good, because it did open up my eyes, because I didn't think I was being bullied until we read those signs, and I know what church bullying is. Like all the forums have impacted me in different ways. Even the ones that I couldn't be a part of but watched, they all impacted me. Our marriage thing, that was funny because one of the takeaways is that whole income tax thing. That took people all the way out.
Chicken.
And the chicken, yeah. Me cooking chicken for the first time, that impacted me, but that impacted a lot of people. But through every forum I took, I always take a chunk. One thing I want to say is never think that you can't learn anything from your spouse. Never think that. Mm-hmm. I've learned a lot from my wife, over our whole marriage life, but even more through the last, I want to say 2 or 3 years, because we really hit a lot of milestones and hit a lot of hard places in the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, we've been through hard stuff, mm-hmm. but the last 2 or 3 years have been a lot. It's been a lot of hard stuff, really hard stuff. Hard. So, I've learned a lot, and I watched my wife, and I've learned a lot, mm-hmm. from her, and she'll say that she learns from me, but in the same token, we can learn a lot. Husbands, we can learn a lot from our wives, mm-hmm. just by watching and just letting them speak, and just being there and just growing with them and loving them. And like I said, every forum has had a decent impact on me. Church bullying, church relationships, mm-hmm. Our marriage forum. What was it was another forum that was really good too, but I can't think of it right now. But yeah, so mm-hmm. Reflections is that I have learned a great deal from these forums, from beginning, from launch all the way up until now, and I'm still learning, and it's still different things impact me, because sometimes we'll shut the camera off, and then maybe 2 or 3 days later something will come back like, oh snap, like, mm-hmm. we was just talking about this. So I mean, I've learned a whole lot.
That's good. I know I have. I'm a recipient of the change that you have made, and I'm very, very grateful for that. I no longer I don't want to say I no longer need the affirmation, right. But the affirmation is working for me. It's making me aware that you're aware of my needs. Mm-hmm. What makes me want to be aware of your needs,
right?
So that we can mesh,
right?
So that we can be together, as a unit,
right?
So, and I believe our marriage has strengthened in the last year, because not only are we putting stuff out there, but we're also self-reflecting, like, oh, yeah, well, this is why such and such was happening during this time of our marriage and during this state, and I think the lessons I've learned this year for myself has been literally telling people no, and literally setting boundaries up. And the boundaries is not so much for keeping people out, mm-hmm. but it's more so of saying, this is what I won't tolerate.
Right, yeah.
I have to protect my peace. Right. I have to protect me at all costs. And this, I'm no longer tolerating your mess. Right. So here's the line. Mm-hmm. You stay on that side. Mm-hmm. I love you. I appreciate you. You cool. Mm-hmm. But you cannot cross this line, because now you're going to take my peace. Right. So that has been the biggest adjustment for me this year. Mm-hmm. And it has been the most eye-opening. Yeah. For where people I literally thought was in my corner, as soon as I did the boundaries, they start falling. Right. Like, oh, so you were the problem. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like if you're a true friend to me, you will respect my boundaries. Mm-hmm. And we will be okay. Right. A true friendship, a true relationship would understand that my no means no. Right. And because you understand my no, that means you have your own boundaries, and you're equipped and prepared for a no. Yeah. Because you're not toxic. Yeah. So that was one of the lessons that I learned this year, and some aspects of that was hard to where I was, upset or I cried, but I knew it was for the betterment of me, and I'm trying to protect me at all costs, and that's not saying that I'm no longer loving or I'm not caring or I won't help you. It's just saying that I'm now I'm raising the standard of protecting myself as well as making sure that I can help you adequately. Because sometimes it's too much. I'll help you too much to where I enable you. But with those boundaries, no, you got to grow up.
Yeah.
You got to grow up, and I can no longer enable you. I'm no longer going broke, no longer crying unnecessary tears. I'm no longer going to be controlled and manipulated by your emotions and so many different other things. So that has really helped me out this year to where I'm like, I'm a better person.
Yeah,
I'm a stronger person, and it's awesome.
Yeah. I think I want to go back to a conversation we had where we had some friends over last week, and one of the key things that they said, it was what did he say? Lord have mercy.
Was it about the broken people?
Yes.
Yeah, they can't love you. A healed person cannot. A healed person will love you. No, I'm saying it backwards. A broken person cannot love you in the same capacity as a healed person.
Right.
Their love is tainted and broken and is based on different conditions.
Right, yeah.
Whereas you have a whole healed person, their love is just unconditional. It is what it is.
Right.
So that hit home.
Right, yeah, that.
I remember that. I have literally been reflecting on that all week.
Right. I think another aspect of it was since you are broken, you cannot love me the way I need to be loved.
Right. Because you are broken.
Because you are broken. So it's okay. I'm going to put you back here. I'm still going to love you. But until you can reciprocate that same love, you stay back there. And I'm going to stay over here. I still love you, though. Don't think that my love for you is not going to change. But if you cannot reciprocate what I need, then, I have to stay over here and, protect me.
Right.
So that's one of those things. And although we are talking about our relationship, this goes for relationships in general.
In general.
You know what I mean? This definitely goes for relationships in general because you definitely, this is our marriage. This is our marriage that we're talking about. But, you know what I mean? The same issues happen in general relationships, period.
Absolutely.
So it's just not a marriage thing. It's just not a, I'm her husband, she's my wife. No, this happens in all relationships all across the board. It can happen between family members. It can happen between friends, associates, co-workers, any type of relationship. All these same things that we're putting out and saying, these happen in relationships, period. So, you know what I mean? If you see these signs or if you're experiencing the things that we're talking about, just, keep your eyes open and know that it's okay to say no. It's okay to set up boundaries. It's okay for you to say, hey, until you can love me the way that I love you, you can stay over there, I'm going to stay over here. So it's okay. Like, don't feel like it's just they married, so, no.
Right.
Any relationship, period.
Oh, yeah. Any relationship.
Any relationship. This applies to the relationships across the board. We are not just a marriage relationship ministry. No, we are a ministry that talks about relationships in a whole.
As a whole. Entirety. Yes.
In its entirety.
Yes. So... Absolutely. Relationships are basically the backbone of your communities. Like, you cannot thrive in your community in brokenness.
Right.
You can't. Because then you get the crab in the barrel mentality.
Yes.
And you get the just the lack of support, the lack of just, it's just bad.
Yeah. You think you're better than us.
Yeah, right. That. Like, it's not about being better than somebody. It's absolutely about helping people.
Right.
Everybody is not where we're at.
Right.
Some people are hungry.
Yes.
Some people are broken. Some people are homeless. Some people are addicts. What can we do to help them? It's not about me thinking I'm better. I want to help.
Yeah.
And why can't we just help? So, when people get the right aspects of what a relationship actually is, I believe the communities will grow and be stronger, without a shadow of a doubt.
Right. Let me read this because this is really good. So you were asking people, you just asked people if the ministry has impacted you, let them know. So Kima, who's the MVP of the comments today.
Kima, girl, you working on my heartstrings.
So Kima says, Dina, you are so strong, heart emoji. Looking and listening to you makes me miss my Zena boo. Please keep doing what you are doing. You have helped me in my relationship with my creator and in my life in so many ways. Thank you.
Oh, you are very welcome. You are very welcome. You know, Zena was my heart. That was my baby. That was try not to cry. She was the one that I took under. She was my heart. And
well, for those of you that don't know, that we recently lost our sister, and in May it'll be coming up a year that she's been gone. So this is what we're like. You know, we have, and Kima was a friend of Zena. So you know, this is, you know, where this is coming from. So you know, just to let you know, just to give you a little, you know, forecast. That's all. You know, so if you see my wife getting, you know, emotional or passionate, as she would say, you know, this is why. You know, so I just wanted to put that out there. You know, why is she crying? What's going on? Who's Zena? There you go.
That was my baby sister. We would be on the phone and just talk, and she would pull on my brain so much, and you know, and she always called me her second mom, and it's because I always tried to do what was best and guide her in the, you know, way, you know, and I wasn't the perfect sister, but you know, she was my heart, and dealing with her death in the last year has been rough,
right?
You know, and on top of my mom, it was just really rough. I think I took Zena's a little harder simply because she was so young, and that was my baby. I was supposed to go before she did. That's just how, you know, you look at life. I'm the older one.
Right.
Let her live, Lord. Yeah. But Zena was definitely somebody that we could just bust it up with, and I could be mad at her and fuss her out, and she'll take the licking, and then she'll come back a few days later like, you was right, you get on my nerves, or I'd be like, no, you was right, you get on my nerves,
right.
You know, but she had the potential to be awesome, and I just was like, I just felt robbed.
Right, of course.
Like, dang, I felt so robbed. But thank you, Kima, for that word of encouragement. Also, you trying to make me stain up my makeup, so you pulled on my heartstring, but now I don't know. So, but thank you for that. Like I said before, we do this ministry for the people.
Right.
We really do. We teach practical biblical teaching.
Right.
God is not complicated.
No.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
it's pretty black and white.
He's really simple.
Yeah.
And simply because he had to relate to the people,
right,
to where they were at, and everybody's not high and mighty. You know, you got some people that's just real, looked upon as down here because we're so real, and we don't wear all the mask and the costumes. We are who we are. Right. So
I think one of the biggest things that you can have in a relationship is transparency.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got to take off the mask. Like I said, I said this way earlier in the forum. Real recognize real. Like I said, and most people in the street, they can look at you and be like, "Oh, I can bang with you," or "Nah, you phony."
Right.
So you know the best one of the best things that have in relationship is transparency. You know, if you're gonna do life with this person, be real. Take the mask all the way off. Now, sometimes in the process of a relationship, you can't always take it all off at once. Sometimes you just gotta peel a layer back here, peel a layer back there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes if you jump in head first, they may not be able to handle everything.
Right.
And you be done scared them away.
And that's just like certain aspect of healing.
Yeah.
Everything, you just can't be ripped off. And some stuff has to, you know, like a layer of onion, it has to be peeled to get, you know, because everybody... To
the real stinky part. No, I'm just trying.
I can't with you. But, you know, it has to be peeled, you know, and so you can get to the root. But everybody... Hurt changes people at different capacities.
Right, yeah.
And the level of hurt may cause you to need a little more time and grace and peeling rather than something to just rip it off.
Yeah.
So we have to totally respect their process. And I've heard people say, something about there was no process. What world you live in?
Right,
Everything's a process.
Everything.
You know, so it's a process to come from brokenness to wholeness. It truly is a process.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a process worth taking, and it's a process that can be fulfilled. It can be done. It's not an impossible task.
Yeah.
So I just want y'all to understand it is very possible to walk in wholeness and be okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's okay to be okay.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have to have a crime scene love story.
Right.
Or a badge of honor. It's okay to be okay.
Yeah.
Where I'm coming from, this is where I came from, and this is where God has taken me.
Yeah.
And I'm healed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's quite all right. I don't have to wait for my manifestation of healing in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I can embrace it now.
Yeah. Yep.
I can absolutely embrace it now. So I just want my listeners and my readers or my followers, whoever you are, you know, to just understand that we are Relationship Matters Ministries is a biblical based company, and we will give you practical principles. Practical. You don't have to swallow oil. You don't have to drink anointed oil to get the demons out. It's called practical teaching.
Yeah.
Practical teaching. Everything else will come. So I'm gonna give a shout out real quick. Again, our shirts, Relationship Matters Ministry shirts. Our new slogan is what's our slogan again? You're not meant to live life alone. Please understand that. Get that in your heart. You're not meant to live life alone. You're not meant to do this thing alone. You need a support system, even if it's just one person.
Yeah.
You need it. You need it. You need it. And then you got to understand with that person that you may have, they need their support and their support. And see how it just grows and everybody has a support and we can flourish and grow. So you can purchase your t-shirts on my website via relationshipmattersministries.com. They're $20. You can also go on any social media platform, hit the link and order a shirt via PayPal, via Cash App. I can give you all the information. If you need to call us, we're at 484-272-5650. If you need prayer, word of advice, strengthening scripture, whatever. Mm-hmm. Somebody say, I love you. Mm-hmm. I'm in a dark place. I love you. You can make it. We're here for you. Let us know.
Yes.
We're on, we're on all social media platforms. We're no longer on Google Plus. That's done. That's done. But we are on everything else. We're at Relationship Matters Ministries. Check us out. We have a new logo. It's on our pages. So tell me what you think. I don't know what else to say. Like, oh my God, we're just rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling.
We have so many upcoming stuff, so stay tuned, stay connected to find out what we're doing next. Our next month's forum is we're bringing in college students.
Yes,
we really about to get real because I know one of my daughters, she's in college and she's one of the speakers and she has no filter. Yeah. So, but
we're gonna put one on her.
Right. So I'm anxious at this conversation,
right, and
where it's going to lead and help us as parents and, you know, different other things. I'm excited. So I hope you guys are excited too.
Can I put on my cheap plug for my show?
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. Yes, you can, boo-boo.
Yo, we'll be back Monday. If you don't know, I am DJ Coldplay. Outside of, Relationship Matters, I am DJ Coldplay. I am the host of the TSW Hip Hop Live Show. We'll be back Monday playing the Christian hip hop and talking, giving some encouraging words and talking and sharing what God has laid on my heart. And check me out Monday, 5 to 6, Facebook Live. I'm also thinking about switching platforms just to see, maybe going to Instagram Live just to see, what it's going to be. But, I'm just deciding it. I'm thinking about it. But other than that, check me out 5 to 6 Monday. We'll be back. We missed last week because we had some things we had to take care of, but we'll be back. And thank you. And that's my plug. Yeah, all right.
All right, so please help support my husband, DJ Coldplay. I'm not a rap person, but he has got me listening to rap. Like, oh my God. like that hip hop. Shouldn't just say rap, but it's hip hop, and the words are so edifying because you didn't think that hip hop or you know what I mean, but it has a great edifying with the music, and it's just awesome. It's really awesome. I find myself rocking to the beats downstairs when I'm trying to help him out. I'll just be like, oh, that's my jam. So, tune in. You can, bump it loud and proud if you want to. He has some exciting things that he's coming out with. I'm literally about to start pushing him. He may need a good kick, but it's coming. So anyway, I also, again, want to shout out Our Style Tees. She made our tees. She's a custom designer. She was awesome. The owner is Julia Vega. It's called Our Style Tees. She's on Facebook. Please follow her page. She's on Instagram as well. Don't quote me, but you can definitely find her on my page. I will put her out there on my page. But Instagram, I believe, is custom Vegas Custom 215. But she's awesome. She's very professional. Her shirts, I love them. She was amazing. She was completely amazing. And I found her through another relationship. So relationships is definitely important. So shout out to my girl Julia, and keep doing your thing. She's a business owner, small business owner. So help us support the small businesses. We keep the community going. Mm-hmm. It's not the big businesses. They can care less. It's the little businesses. So she's definitely about her community, and she's definitely about her teas and her professionalism. So I love her. Like, we'll be doing future business, so sorry. She's going to be busy for the rest of the year. So I'm putting it out there, Julia. Enjoy your upcoming ventures and stuff. So, but again, thank you guys for tuning in. It was most certainly the best year we've had. Like first I said, year. We had, first year. Mm-hmm. We had definitely some ups and downs, but thank you for the support, and I appreciate it. Again, before we leave, put your name out there before this live feed is over for your chance to win our gift. We are giving away a gift basket. It has a Relationship Matter t-shirt as well as a signed copy of my book, Relationship Matters. It has some chocolate, a coffee mug, pen, and a notebook, which is a whole aspect of who I am. So I want you guys to be able to just learn, grow, and write. If you're not going to write a book or poetry, then write a journal. Write in your journal. Write affirmations of yourself. Whatever. Take notes in church. Take notes at a seminar. Whatever. Use it how you want to use it. I just want to be a blessing. We wanted to be a blessing. So
don't put the hot milk in the mug.
And I got somebody, Sharice, my homegirl. We went to high school together.
Oh my God.
I told you it was a Southern thing. She agreed, and she does it too. Okay. You put this hot milk with the chocolate chunks. Okay. Thank you. I got one person. Thank you. So anyway,
let's wrap this up.
So anyway, tune in next month. Until then, all the videos of all our forums is on our Facebook page. So please follow us. Continue to support. We love everybody. Again, thank you for King's Clothing for providing us throughout the year for different forums he did. And styling us. Thank you, Dita, for our marketing and flyers. Thank you, Nicole, for being my editor and my groomer and so many other things that you've been in the capacity. Thank you to my husband for being my greatest and all-out biggest supporter. To my niece, my tech girl who replaced Jaren. Thank you, Jaren. I love and miss you. Omaria, thank you, homegirl, for holding it down. I love you. Student. And she made honor roll. I mean, top honor too. Yes. Told you. I told her last night she got beauty and brains. Don't mess with us. Black girls rock. So I'm so excited for everybody that's helping. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for the wonderful year we had. We have so many upcoming things. I just stay tuned. Like, I cannot even tell you everything that's happening. stay tuned. You got to stay connected. The winner of the prize will be announced. So if you're not following my Facebook page, I suggest you do, because it will be announced on the Facebook page who the lucky winner is. And I don't care if you're in Texas. I'll just have to mail it to you. But you will get your gift. We will randomly pick somebody, and we will let you know. So stay connected, especially on Facebook, because your name will be put out there probably within the next hour or so to see who won the gift basket. So again, thank you, everybody. Stay connected to us. Our website is relationshipmattersministries.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So follow us. Thank you. So we love you guys. So I see people still comment. You better hurry up. Happy birthday to us. Thank you.